And just like that, we are back into the top four. Things are looking pretty good. 2 games in hand on Chelsea, 8 points behind them. Unfortunately, they did score late on against Newcastle today. Would have been incredible if Newcastle were able to hold Chelsea to that 0-0 draw. But regardless, it is 5 W's in a row. The same form as Chelsea, the same form as Liverpool. I believe we've got the most points since Christmas, I think it might be. Something like that. Honestly, we're on a roll right now. And yeah, we were outside the top 4 for a little bit, but Manchester United, having played 3 extra games, of course, they're right up there with us, but we have those games in hand. What do you guys think? With 12 games to go, we really do have the top 4 in our hands. The only thing that can stop us is ourselves. Honestly, I truly believe that. I don't think anyone at the club will be looking elsewhere. It will be just completely focused on the games we have, which, let's be honest, there's some tough ones coming up. But against Leicester today, we were fantastic. Super happy with the performance. I believe Ødegaard was given man of the match, but my man of the match was Partey for sure. Probably should have had 2 goals. He scores a header, and then a few moments later, he's hitting the bar with a lovely curled effort, which is a bit of a shame. I thought Martinelli was pretty good today. Really difficult for the Leicester right side to deal with. Ødegaard was just class. Oh, he's just... It's a thing of beauty. It really is. I thought Saka had an interesting performance today. Not his usual self. Still had moments of good play, but in general, I thought he had a bit of a tough one. So he is human after all. Don't worry. He will be back and firing on all cylinders, hopefully, against Liverpool. Let's talk about the back 5, because Ramsdale, oh man, you saw the reaction from Brendan Rodgers. If you were watching the game, he made an incredible save, and then you could see in the replay that Brendan Rodgers, the Leicester manager, watched it and he literally celebrated. He thought, goal, and then he turned and was just like, wow. It's remarkable how good Ramsdale is. Surely has to be starting for England. Pickford. Sorry, no, absolutely not. And Ben White as well. How is Ben White not regarded as a starter for England yet? I know we haven't played for a little while, international games, but he absolutely will be in that World Cup squad. There is no doubt about it. In fact, based on current form, who's the better centre-back for England right now? Who is the best? For me, it's probably Ben White. I think John Stones. I know Maguire's name is always going to be there, but based off this season, I wouldn't put Maguire in the first team. Certainly not in a back 4. Maybe as a back 3. He plays that left centre-back role that he did back in the older tournament, the World Cup before the Euros. So, yeah, it's an interesting debate. For me, Ramsdale and White deserve to be playing for England. Gabriel was solid. Xhaka really good, but it was all about Partey today. Just incredible. Smooth. That was the Partey that we've all wanted to see. That's what we expected when we signed him. And of course, shout out to Lacazette. Get his goal. He gets his goal today. The penalty, which was a penalty. I can't believe some people are arguing that it wasn't a... Are you joking? Are we watching the same thing? He has handled the ball in the box and effectively slowed the ball down from going in, arguably. I don't necessarily think a yellow... a red card would have been fair. I think a yellow is probably okay. I just feel like had that been, let's say it's Granit Xhaka on the line or near the line and handles the ball, of course he's getting sent off. As always, quick word on the opponents. Leicester, look, they're a great team and they might not be having the best season. I'm pretty sure they're going to be really focused on Europe. They're still in the Europa League. It's not a great side when you really break it down. If you ask me, Schmeichel is a good goalkeeper, but is he any more in that kind of top 8 goalkeepers? Maybe just about. Amate is not a reliable centre-back. They're missing Fofana so badly. I'm surprised Ndidi wasn't starting. Not sure what that's about. Tielemans wasn't starting either. So you're looking at Mendy, and Dewsbury Hall looks like a great player, but Mendy, come on. He was meant to be the N'Golo Kante replacement, wasn't he? Albrighton, he's decent on his day. Of course, he helped them win the Premier League. He's going to be regarded as a legend there. Maddison, who we almost signed, thank God we went with Ødegaard instead, cost half the price and he's twice the player. Iheanacho, I mean, on his day, again, can be okay, but really missing Vardy. And then Barnes had an off game. Normally, he's probably one of their better players. But just in general, and I should say Thomas at left back, seems like a decent young player, but in general, their squad isn't actually at that level that it needs to be fighting for that top 5, top 6, and that's the reality of it. But when all their players are fit, they are definitely one of the top sides in that kind of top 8. So I'm sure they'll be absolutely fine. In the summer, they'll bring some new players in. Let's have a look at some stats here. The possession, it's an interesting one because throughout the game, I would say, when you look at possession, you've got to look past just the amount of possession, but meaningful possession, doing actual things with possession. For example, Arsenal, a lot of the time, when they had the ball, which, it was pretty much 50-50, right? We were doing so much more with the ball, that silky smooth, one-touch, tiki-taka style football, and progressing it forward. For me, a lot of those moments that Leicester had the ball, it was just passing it around the back, through the midfield, back to the defence, and there was no real meaningful possession there. So I don't mind seeing that we've had less. Ultimately, it comes down to goals scored. And, I mean, geez, I didn't realise it was that bad from Leicester. You can just tell they need Vardy. What are they going to do without Vardy? I think Daka's a great player for the future, but it's not quite Vardy. We could have easily scored more. Really good expected goals and a lot of chances, of course, mainly through Ødegaard. In general, I'm just so happy with this performance. And of course, as we saw in the league table, we are now back into the top 4 and it is ours to lose. A quick word on West Ham, by the way. I saw Yarmolenko scored today and that was amazing. Not going to talk about what's going on in Ukraine right now. Everyone knows how everyone feels about that. It's horrendous, and it was just amazing to see Yarmolenko score. So let's get over to your comments after the 2-0 win. Operation Arsenal comments. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter to get your comments in. So this is Tyler. He says, Benjamin White. It's so funny hearing Benjamin. That is technically his name. He must be in that England squad over Maguire. Okay, I don't know if it's going to be over Maguire in terms of being in the squad. I think Maguire will still go. I just think White should start. Him and John Stones, dead certain starters for me. A proper centre-back pairing we've lacked over the years. I'm guessing you mean we've got Gabriel in now, which is great. We're finally seeing the Thomas Partey from Atletico. Super performance. Come on, you Gunners. Agreed. We've needed a proper centre-back partnership for a long, long time. And I'm talking beyond Koscielny, Mertesacker. What I like to see is the balance. We've got Ben White, who, let's face it, ball-playing centre-back. He's got an eye for a great pass. He can walk forward with the ball, right-footed. You've then got Gabriel, who is definitely the taller, more physical, defensive-minded, left-footed, but also can play it forward. It's the balance. You want the right foot, you want the left foot, you want the height, you want the speed, you want a bit of everything. And we haven't had that since the Vermaelen days, a left-footed centre-back that's this consistent. Man, that takes me back. Next comment coming in is from Lucas. Solid win. Ødegaard, magnificent again. Laka needed that goal. Yeah, Laka's been getting so many assists recently and has deserved more. He deserved a goal. Even though it was a penalty, it's still a goal. Super happy about that. We then get another comment coming in here from Abayith. I'm sorry if I've butchered your name there. The way Arsenal were moving the ball around the Leicester pressing was the highlight of the day. 100%. This is why I included this comment. Some of the play, silky smooth. Beautiful one-touch, little 1-2s in and around the midfield. And it's all Ødegaard. It seems to be Ødegaard, Saka, and Lacazette. And it's so good to watch. But you don't want to see a team losing while doing that. You want to see a team being successful whilst being able to play that beautiful football. And that's what we're achieving right now. So many one-touch passing movements, and Leicester had no answer. That's the key, really, isn't it? I don't think any team can really stop that unless you are the best team in the world at pressing. We are going to be playing against Liverpool on Wednesday night. They are unbelievable pressers. Man City, those kind of teams. Otherwise, you're just going to walk through them. You're going to pass it through them. And it's beautiful. It really is. And then finally, James Hunter. Solid performance. Partey, man of the match. Agreed. Ødegaard link-up play is just surreal. It's unreal, mate. Nothing else really to say except just good performance all around. No standout bad players. Very true. I do want to talk about Cedric after this comment, though. Just a quick little reminder to myself. On to Liverpool and Villa. So, yeah, Liverpool Wednesday and then Villa. So, I think we can all be realistic as Arsenal fans. It's going to be tough against Liverpool. I'm not expecting a win, okay? I'm being straight up with you guys. I'm not expecting a win from that game, but a draw would be incredible. I would bite your hand off right now for a 1-1 draw or a 0-0 draw. Just something like that. But going to Villa should be okay. I think we can do a job there. But as I said, let's talk about Cedric really quick. Where is he? So he got a 7.2 today. What I really want to talk about with Cedric is it's not the fact that he's 30, and we all know we're building a young squad here. We're going for that youth project, players with great potential and leadership qualities. Now Cedric has come in and done a great job since Tomiyasu has been injured, but there's moments where I don't think Cedric has the capability to do what we're asking of him. And thank God Tomiyasu seems to be fit for Wednesday. The rumours are that he'll start against Liverpool. Couldn't happen anytime better, really. We need someone that is capable of playing in this system. So I'm not saying Cedric is a bad footballer. I actually think, technically wise, he's not too bad at all. It's the way we use that right back position. I remember we were looking at, what's his name? The American guy at Leipzig, Adams. We wanted an inverted right back in the summer. Basically, kind of like what Trent does every now and again for England or even Liverpool sometimes. They're playing at right back and that's their position, but really they drift into midfield. They tuck inside, and Cedric, bless him, because he tries so hard, he doesn't have that capability. And there were so many times where you can see Ben White, Partey, Saka, Ødegaard calling for Cedric to drop in and maybe pick out a pass centrally. Instead, he just wants to turn around and play it back to the keeper, or he wants to get to the touchline and ping it down the side. And that's what a typical right back does. And I just don't think our system allows him to do that. And it's a weakness. You could see if Leicester were going to do anything tonight, it was through Thomas and Barnes down Cedric's side. He's not a bad defender and he's not a bad attacker. I think Cedric Suarez is a good player, but you can blatantly see that Tomiyasu has come in and has learned exactly what Arteta wants in that play style. And the sooner we get Tomiyasu back, the better. But it is vital in the summer that whether Cedric is sold or not, that doesn't interest me. It's fine if he's here as a squad player. I mean, he's done a good job, but we need someone that can step in, because we've already seen when Tierney's not fit, absolutely, Tavares can do the job. He's not as good, but he can do the job. We've got players in every position that can come in and do the job, the system that requires that job. You know, we're playing a very specific system, and I just think Cedric lets us down a little bit in that area. And that means Saka is dropping deeper. Partey's having to occupy this area when you really want him here. It has a knock-on effect, but can't really complain. Other results, if you're wondering, I'm sure everyone's been seeing these results. We've got Crystal Palace, Man City tomorrow, which is going to be an interesting one. Would have liked West Ham to drop points today, of course. Would have loved Manchester United and Tottenham to draw yesterday. Would have loved Newcastle to either win or draw. It is what it is. The table is still looking healthy. And the most important thing is we've got that win today, meaning a loss against Liverpool just wouldn't be the end of the world, would it? Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.